northwesterly winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour, shifting to the west after midnight. Then for tomorrow, areas of widespread frost again before 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sunny skies, a little bit warmer, highs in the mid-50s. Light westerly winds shifting to the southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour late in the morning. And then by tomorrow night, we'll see mostly clear skies, not quite as cold, lows in the mid-30s. South to southwesterly winds about 10 miles an hour. Sunny skies Saturday, highs in the mid to upper 50s. Southwest winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour, shifting to the northwest in the afternoon. Wind gusts as high as 20 miles per hour are possible. Then for Saturday night, mostly clear, lows in the upper 20s. And for Sunday, sunny skies, highs in the mid-50s, lows in the upper 30s. Partly sunny skies on Monday, highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s, with a 70% chance of showers by Monday night, lows in the mid-40s. For Tuesday, rain continuing, highs in the mid-50s, lows in the mid-40s. For Wednesday, another chance of rain, highs around 55 degrees. And as I mentioned, another hard freeze is expected for the Kirksville, Missouri region for tomorrow morning. Cooler temperatures are going to be moving into the eastern parts of Kansas and Missouri throughout the day today. With cooler air in place, clear skies and calm winds tonight will allow for temperatures to drop drastically once the sun sets. And expect temperatures tomorrow morning to drop into the mid-20s in northern and central Missouri, and with temperatures across eastern Kansas and western and west central Missouri, including the Kansas City metro area, to drop into the mid to upper 20s. And that will result in a hard freeze across much of the area. So, therefore, a freeze warning is in effect from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time. That's according to the National Weather Service office in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Temperatures will expect to dip below freezing shortly after midnight tonight, and will remain below freezing through a few hours after sunrise tomorrow. And temperatures dropping down into the mid-20s tonight. So therefore, if you have some plants outside that you want to protect, cover them up, or if possible, bring them inside. Okay? And that, my friends, is a look at the weather forecast. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll have Today in History for you, as well as Across Our Wide Missouri with Missouri Net's Bob Pretty, and APM Market News, the CBS World News Roundup, celebrity birthdays around the corner, right after we have the celebrity, or rather after have the composer's date book, and the Writer's Almanac with Garrison Keillor coming up next. You're listening to First Cup, and I'm the babbling fool known as Joe Haffner.
That is the power of Pine Salt, child.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Hey friends, are you looking for great handmade wooden chairs? Then I suggest you check out Marshall Woodworking. Each piece of furniture is built by hand, one chair at a time. Made from 100% Western red cedar, select tight knot furniture grade wood, and all of it is kiln dried. Old time woodworking meets up with today's lumbar support for extra comfort to your back and legs. Curved back for maximum support. And it's all put together with stainless steel hardware with waterproof adhesives to ensure stability and strength for years and years of use. So give the folks at Marshall Woodworking a call at 417-459-5555 417-459-4201. That's 417-459-4201. Again, that number is 417-459-4201. Or check them out at their website at classicpatiochairs.com. Again, that website address is classicpatiochairs.com.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Begin by finding a comfortable, relaxed position. Let out whatever stress is in your body. It could be from the time you left your daughter's blouse in the dryer too long and it shrunk 4 sizes, or when you donated her private diary to the public library, or when you thought chaperoning the school dance meant actually dancing in the school dance. Whatever it is, let it go. The fire you started with that experimental dinner, let it go. The time you drove away from the gas pump with the gas pump, let it go. 3, very relaxed. 2, there you go. 1.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, the 24th of October, 2013. The first comic strip in a newspaper appeared on this day in 1897. It was a character who came to be known as the Yellow Kid, a street urchin, Irish, big ears, buck-toothed, bald head, wearing a bright yellow nightshirt. It was published in the New York World of Joseph Pulitzer, and it became such a hit and such a merchandising jackpot that William Randolph Hearst stole it away, offered the cartoonist Richard Outcault an enormous amount of money. It's the birthday of the writer Sarah Josepha Hale, Newport, New Hampshire, 1788, who campaigned for a national holiday called Thanksgiving, wrote letters to one president after another, until finally, in 1863, Abraham Lincoln listened to her. She was also the author of the poem Mary Had a Little Lamb. 1938, on this date, the Fair Labor Standards Act went into effect, which established the 40-hour work week and a minimum wage, which at the time was 25 cents per hour. It's the birthday of Antony van Leeuwenhoek, born in Delft in the Netherlands, 1632, who perfected the microscope. Though he was not a scientist, he was a haberdasher, but his hobby was grinding glass lenses. And with the microscope that he made, he became the first person to see bacteria and protozoa and to figure out how they reproduced, and also to see red blood cells. And it's the birthday of the playwright Moss Hart, New York City, 1904, author of many plays, including You Can't Take It With You, a play about the strange Sycamore family, with their home full of snakes and ballet dancing and Russian royalty and fireworks, still one of the most popular plays produced. And it's the birthday of the poet Denise Levertov, born in Ilford, England, 1923. Emigrated to America in the late 40s, Denise Levertov, who said, "In certain ways, writing is a form of prayer." Here's a poem for today by Denise Levertov, Come Into Animal Presence. Come into animal presence, no man is so guileless as the serpent. The lonely white rabbit on the roof is a star twitching its ears at the rain. The llama intricately folding its hind legs to be seated, not disdains but mildly disregards human approval. What joy when the insouciant armadillo glances at us and doesn't quicken his trotting across the track and into the palm brush. What is this joy? that no animal falters but knows what it must do, that the snake has no blemish, that the rabbit inspects his strange surroundings in white star silence, the llama rests in dignity, the armadillo has some intentions to pursue in the palm forest. Those who were sacred have remained so. Holiness does not dissolve. It is a presence of bronze. Only the sight that saw it faltered and turned from it. An old joy returns in holy presence. A poem by Denise Lebertov, Come into Animal Presence, from her poems 1960 to 1967, published by New Directions and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Supported by the Poetry Foundation, you can turn your iPhone or Android into a virtual poetry library with the Poetry Foundation's Poetry app. Available to everyone online at poetryfoundation.org/mobile. Produced by Joy Biles with assistance from Kathy Roach. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.
This is the Composer's Datebook for October 24th. I'm John Zeck. In the year 1929, October 24th fell on a Thursday, also known as Black Thursday because that was the fateful day that the New York Stock Exchange crashed. A full-blown financial panic ensued, leading to the Great Depression of the 1930s. Meanwhile, in Charleston, West Virginia, a baby boy was born on Black Thursday who would grow up to become one of America's most original composers. By the 1970s, George Crumb was acknowledged as a masterful creator of impressionistic and mysterious soundscapes, with evocative titles like Dream Sequence, Night of the Four Moons, and 11 Echoes of Autumn. Most of Crumb's pieces are for small ensemble, but he's also composed large-scale works, including this one from 1977 titled Star Child. It's scored for a vocal soloist, antiphonal choirs, bell ringers, and a large symphony orchestra positioned for surround sound effect at various points in the concert hall. Crumb says it traces a progression from darkness and despair to light or joy and spiritual realization. This recording of Star Child was issued to celebrate Crumb's 70th birthday in 1999, a year, curiously enough, in which the stock market enjoyed an all-time high just before taking yet another downward plunge. You'll find more on the ups and downs of music's fascinating history at our website, composersdatebook.org. Composer's Datebook is a production of APM, American Public Media, and the American Composers Forum, reminding you that all music was once new.
Welcome back to Studio 4 on this Thursday morning, the 24th day of October, 2013. I'm your host, Joe Haffner, for First Cup, and we'll have a rundown of today in history for you in just a few minutes, as well as the CBS World News Roundup and News of the Weird, along with popular tweets of the day, song of the day, and what's coming up on TV tonight. All right? Right now, though, what do you say we take a look at celebrity birthdays for today? And give my computer time to wake up, just as I'm waking up. And we'll get that list for you in just a moment. Going over the today in history, a fairly eventful day in history. Of course, coming out of the Cuban Missile Crisis on this date 51 years ago. Oh, are we going to start this page unresponsive shit again? Come on. Sorry. You can tell the patience of a person by a slow internet connection. Me, it's by a slow-ass computer. I mean, a lot of these sites would run a lot faster if they didn't have so much multimedia trying to load all the time. It's like, look at what I can do. I don't care about that. Just give me the frappin' data. Okay? Somebody needs to go back to bed. Okay, now that we got the list,